Welcome to Bar Z. My name's Stan. In a recent video, you saw some hardening in a new oven we have, and there were some comments. Why didn't you give more detail? Why don't you tell us what you're doing instead of showing a bunch of yahoos goofing off in the shop? Which I can see your point. All I showed was a bunch of yahoos goofing off in the shop. So I was going to go over it, and I've changed my quenching a little bit, and I'll go into that too. But here's the highlights. What you do is you ramp your parts up to a critical temperature, which is 1100 degrees. The material is O1 tool steel. It's a high carbon steel. Critical temperature, maintain it for about 10 minutes. Ramp and soak to 1500. These little things are so thin, we only soak them for about 10 minutes and they're ready to go. Quench. The new material I'm using is a 28-second quench, and then they go straight from there straight to 400 degrees, and I do them for an hour, but I don't think I need to, but because they're so thin. Anything bigger, it's 1 hour per inch of thickness is the rule of thumb on tempering. So that's what I'm doing for the squares. Now this particular set, I was having trouble with the large squares warping on me. The beam, the thickness and the beam and everything, they would warp out towards the ends badly, where some of them would go straight to the scrap bin. They weren't even grindable. So the new spring oil, I'm going to show you that right here. Let's cut to that. And we're back, and that's a special formula. They've got a fast quench and a slow quench, and that's a slow quenching oil. It's a 28-second quench, so I didn't even know anything like that existed. That was recommended to me by Tom Lipton. So let's cut and see. We'll take a look at the squares before hardening, after hardening, and then again after tempering. So let's cut to that. So I was going to show you these things look like before. I'm just going to lay a little ruler here is on a straight edge. Let you guys take a look down there. And here. So you can see what kind of dish they got, if any. I know the lighting's probably not great in here. So we're going to harden them and see what kind of pretzel action we get on them. The trouble I have is out at the tips. These they'll be real straight up to here, and then this last inch or so will hook hard left or hard right. So we're trying this new quenching oil. It's a 28-second quench, and give it a try. See if the big squares hold any better. You can see that. Are you counting? 28 seconds. I'm sure this oil will get thick all by itself in time. Perfect. Ready for the next.
I'll hit you. I'll make like it was an accident, but I'll hit you. Got it?
Is it run stop?
Yeah.
Okay, so these are fresh out of the oil, and they're actually cool to the touch, and they're still due for tempering. But the scale comes off. Look at the hardening scale. This comes right off of there. Actually, way nicer than the other oil did. And so maybe there's something to this. But let's scrape this stuff off and throw the scale on there and see how straight they stayed. It's a lot cleaner than I'm used to seeing come out of an oil bath. And another thing I noticed, there was a lot less smoke than doing it the other way. Okay, so let's take a look at this. So that sucker's pretty straight. I'm used to seeing, out here on this corner, I'm used to seeing a gap, about a 32nd of an inch, where it runs real straight up to about this point here, and then that last inch just hooks really hard. So yeah, looks like we're holding pretty good, and that's definitely grindable. Let's take a look at it this way. Nice and straight. Take a look at it this way. Nice and straight. And here's the one I've already cleaned up, and I've already checked it, but I'll let you guys have a look. Straight. Take a look at the hypotenuse. Straight. And then take a look at this angle here. Pretty straight. Alright, these are going into for tempering, and they'll cook at 400 degrees for about an hour, and we'll take another look at them. So we're done with tempering, and I thought I'd try this real quick. I set these on a block, and this has been ground flat, and I just got a flashlight shining behind it, and I'm getting a little bit of rock, but nothing like what I was getting before. So yeah, they held their flatness. See, I'm getting a little bit of rock there, but gosh, that's not even enough to. It's maybe 5 thousandths, 5 to 7 right there. It's not much. It'll grind out real easily. These webs, I leave these thick. I leave 10 thousandths per side for grinding. So it's that new oil is. That slow quench really helped out with the warping. So this is pretty good. You know, I've got a little bit of rock here, but like I said, it's not a heck of a lot. Yeah, she's bowed up there in the middle. But I think we're doing good. Pretty happy with those. Okay, and I thought we'd measure these squares one last time. Now that they've come out of tempering, and we'll see if we're getting any rock on them. Yeah, let's get a little bit of rock. How much could it possibly be? Doesn't feel like that much. Let's put it about mid-scale here. Okay, so there's the whole rock right there. So it's 1/2 below and 1.5 above. That's not bad. So I'm pivoting from right here. So yeah, a couple thousandths per side, I can handle that. No problem. Let's this other side, it's dished this way. So I don't think we're going to get any rocking going on there. No, I don't feel any movement. That's low. Yeah, see it bows up there in the center. It's going to go back down over here. Yeah. So it's definitely dished about 4 thou total, so that's not bad. A couple thou per side, that thing will clean up. Let's check the other one. Yeah, this one's got a little bit of rock too. It's not as bad. It's rocking about a thou and a half. Check it over here. A couple thou. And it's going to be the same thing. When I flip it over, it's going to have that dish in it this way. Yeah. So that's not terrible. I mean, 4 or 5 thousandths compared to before. I was at 30 and 40 thousandths of bow right out across this beam from the Z out. It would bend down there or it bend down here. It would just, this whole thing would be like a pretzel. Some of them would be this way and then that way, or you never knew what this beam was going to do right here. So I think that slow quenching oil was the hot ticket. And we're back. And as you can see, the warpage problem went away on the large squares. And this particular set is a gift, so, and it's going out to an undisclosed recipient. But someone's got a new pair of squares coming to him. Yeah, I can't mention his name on the air just in case he's a subscriber. And special thanks go out to Tom Lipton for recommending the quenching oil. Once again, Tom, you were right. Don't you hate it when Tom's right? He told me, I asked him, I said, do you really think I'm going to be able to tell the difference? And he said, hey buddy, you need all the help you can get. So thanks for that. Well, anyways, but in all seriousness, thank you, Tom, for recommending that. That 28-second quench really made the warpage problem go away. They just cool down nice and neat, and actually there's no smoke like that other 5-weight oil we were using. So thanks for watching, everyone, and I hope this kind of cleared everything up. All right, bye now.